So I'm keeping watch throughout the night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, throughout the night, you just hear a couple wolves again in the distance, just howling at the moon. Here and there, you see small little pieces of movement in the darkness.
Just like nighttime creatures or something bigger.
No, just something tiny. Like
Okay.
something just kind of scurried by, like 15 feet away from you.
Whenever I see something doing that, I want to throw a javelin at it. Oh, it's only a 12.
Congratulations, you killed a bunny.
Got dinner for the next day. For the people.
Well, considering the size of the javelin, you kind of took out most of the good bits of this rabbit. Or at least if there was any meat on it.
Way to go.
Oh, anywho. So you do that, let's say that happens about 4 times.
Oh God.
Just killing the rabbits. What they do to you?
Because I have full javelins, I'm just gonna, like, stick them in the ground in front of the tents for whenever people wake up.
Okay.
Oh no, better yet, I just, like, have it all on one javelin, and I just, like, move the buddies back a little bit each time I get a new one.
Oh, Lord. Okay. So as you do that, a good bit of time goes by. Not quite yet 3 hours. Kavi, did you fall asleep leaning against the big guy or no?
I mean, yeah, but I'm assuming I woke up at some point.
I would say you probably woke up when you heard him throw the first javelin, killing the killing the rabbit. You heard that.
Well, I mean, I
Perfect.
assume I woke up from him moving,
Yeah.
and then I just curl up and go back to sleep.
So we'll say about a good say about 5 hours go by. It's let's see here. So it's essentially for you right now, Crusher, about 3 in the morning. As you're kind of looking around, keeping watch, you do notice what seems like a light source going from way down the road, cutting across the plains, going the direction you guys were generally heading the first time before you turned onto the road.
We're being tracked. I'm going to nudge the halfling and, go and wake up the other two.
Hmm? What's up?
We're being followed.
It's fine. It's fine.
I point over to the lights that was going in the same general area that we came from.
Not that you came from, they're going in the direction that you were heading. And from the complete opposite side of where you came from.
They're not heading towards us.
Oh, they okay.
Yeah, no, no,
I
so
misunderstood.
Alright, let me draw you a picture. So
I thought they were coming from the woods towards.
let's say you guys are here. This red circle I just drew. You guys were going this way, then turn this way onto the road. What you're seeing was going this way, and then turn that way.
Which way did they start?
They're going this way, where I'm scribbling like crazy.
I don't.
We can't see until you let go.
There's a huge scribble up top.
Oh, up top. Oh, okay.
Yep. Yep.
So were they in the direction that we were going?
The direction you guys are going along the road right now, yes.
Okay,
They were
so
coming
then
from that direction.
in front of us, like off in front of us, going perpendicular to us.
Mhm.
Okay.
Alright, I'll still let the halfling know, but I wouldn't wake up the other ones.
And how long has this been?
This has effectively been... I'll say it finally hit 6 hours.
So is he
It's
still
affected-
waking us up?
I'll just wake up Kavi because you're close.
It's effectively for you, Kavi, 4 in the morning.
What's going on? What?
There was movement over there. There was movement over there. I just, yeah.
You want me to go take a look?
Give a big thumbs up.
Alright, you stay here. I'll be back. I got stealth.
Alright, roll me a stealth check.
I can stealth with
Fucking
you.
Awful. Fucking awful.
Do you want me to stealth with you?
Awful. No.
And that's at the fucking +9.
I get a 13 with a 4.
A critical miss is 10.
Alright. I'm going to see if I can see what's going on.
Alright. So, you notice as you begin kind of, as quietly as you can, running out that way, you notice they're quite a ways ahead of you out there. I mean, if you had to put an estimated distance on it, they look like they're maybe somewhere between 300 to maybe even 400 feet away. I mean, but you
So,
can
like-
see that light clearly in the distance, though.
So, like, how long would it take me to get close enough to see who it was?
It'd probably take you only maybe about a good 5-10 minutes to get up there, assuming they're not moving that fast.
Alright. I'm gonna move, see if I can get close enough to see what's going on.
Alright.
Once he gets about 100 feet out, I'm actually going to, like, get a little bit concerned for his safety. And start following, like, 100 feet back. Like, as stealthily as a 7'8" giant can do. Crunch,
Yeah.
crunch, crunch, crunch.
Me and Oriana are knocked out, essentially.
Are we still asleep?
Yeah,
I woke up.
He didn't bother to touch you guys.
because it's not. They were kind of just going off, and I just wanted Coffee to check out, but then I kind of got concerned, so I'm just like 100 foot back from him. So,
Do I notice them following me?
As you're kind of running out there, and then you, at some point you do hear a little, like every little bit.
As a tree falls over behind me.
Yeah, like you hear something back there, and you're like, no, can't be.
Damn it. Whatever. Keep going.
oh yeah, and I will, because I just realized I left them unconscious. I'm gonna like pick up a rock and just like throw it into the camp, and then just keep walking. Hopefully that'll wake them up.
Did that wake us up?
Did it get close enough?
Roll me a d20 with your strength.
16.
16. Alright. So, essentially, you do throw the rock. It gets some considerable distance on it. Instead of landing, like on the other side of the camp, closer to where they are, it does make enough noise as Mystify and Oriana, as you hear rock on rock and some other strange sound as the rock effectively just flew and just smashed into what bits of ember there were left over from the fire.
So it wakes us up.
Oh yeah, you're awake now.
Okay, and I'm guessing we weren't. I wouldn't have been. Re-prepare spells. Because I think that's supposed to be like 10 minutes. Like while I'm in, during 10 minutes of a long rest. Like when I wake up.
No, it's not a long rest yet.
Isn't long rest like 6 to 8 hours?
8 hours. Right?
At least 8 hours long.
It's only 4 a.m.
You guys were down for 6 hours.
So by now it would have been a short rest, and you have arcane recovery for regaining them, though. I just wanted to back him up, but I also didn't want to leave you guys unconscious alone.
I think the only one who might have had a full long rest is him. Huh.
No one's got a full long
No,
rest.
you always all have the same amount of hours.
I only have 4 hours for a long rest.
Oh, that's right, you only needed 4.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of was a little interrupted by your little hunting project.
Yeah.
Sure.
So,
Groggily, I wake up to see what's going on. Do I see him walking away?
How good's your dark vision?
I think dark vision is like 3 feet or 2 feet.
dark vision for tieflings is 60 foot of darkness is counted as bright light, and then 60 foot past that is dim light. And then past that is normal darkness.
It
Yeah,
says
no, so
within 60 feet, treat dim light as bright and darkness as dim.
Yeah, so no, he was more than 60 feet at the least.
But I do also kind of want to point out we're walking through a plains towards these lights, so there might be like an outline of just a giant guy walking.
Oh, I thought we were in the woods.
Oh, well, no, we went out to
already left the woods.
Yeah, we went out to like plains.
Yeah, you guys have been walking along the outside of it for a while.
Do
Anyway,
I see like his outline in a light?
As you look around, you can plainly see that light on the distance. But he himself is not emitting light, so he doesn't appear as visible unless you're kind of looking to spot him out there.
Well, I'm gonna try to find him if I don't see him in the camp.
I'm
Alright.
getting up to see what that noise was. I'm looking around.
Alright, yeah, so Mystify, as you look around, you noticed your big stony friend is nowhere in camp.
Okay, so I start looking at it a bit farther, as best as I can. For him.
You were kind of feeling the strain on your eyes, but after a little bit, you just see, like, okay, yeah, that big dark spot there, yeah, I think that's him.
I turn to Oriana, see that she's awake, and let her know that I think he walked off.
Walked off.
Yeah,
In
and
the
I haven't even thought about coffee.
He hasn't even crossed your mind yet.
Nope.
Where's the halfling? Do you see him?
I look around to see if I see the halfling.
As you look around for the halfling, he is nowhere to be seen either.
I got no idea where he is.
Okay, should we go after them or wait here? I'm not sure what's going on.
What do you want to do?
Do you happen to know which direction they went?
I did see or vaguely make out somewhat Crusher, right?
Mm-hmm.
I point in the direction that I thought I saw Crusher.
Well, let's follow him, see what's going on.
I do want to point out that there is, like, a javelin full of bunnies. Just stick it in the ground.
Oh yeah, you guys can see just kind of set aside right there, in a centralized area of the camp. Everyone to see is 4 rabbits on a javelin.
Shish kebab.
What's with the rabbits?
I have no idea. I just want to find out where the fuck he's going.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and start looking for him. This will be fun.
And I start heading off toward rushing to try to get to.
Let's try to catch up with them.
Alright, so you guys start as fast as you can, trying to make your way in the direction that you're thinking they went, at least from where
Yep.
last you saw Crusher. In the meantime, Kavi, as you're getting closer and closer, as you get within 60 feet from them, you can clearly make out them a little bit better now. You notice it's a large group of them. This would be even though there's only 4 light sources, there does appear to be about 7 armed individuals, dragging along what looks like 2 other people. You notice the 2 others have sacks over their heads.
Any distinct features? Or
On the
something?
individuals or the ones with the sacks on their heads?
The group.
Oh, the group?
Yeah. Anything like that stands out anywhere,
Uh,
or just a group of people dragging people?
the only thing you notice about them, they just seem to be dragging 2 people that are tied by a rope and bagged. However, the ones dragging them and the others are all appear to be armed.
Does one of them seem to be a leader?
You do see 2 of them amongst the front. One of them seems to be wearing this kind of a bandana, while the other seems to be just kind of just keeping pace, like just a couple feet behind them.
Is there a way for me to get within 30 feet of the one with the band?
You'll have to try to be sneaky about it.
I mean, is there like places to hide, or is it like just open?
Not really. It's fairly open and extremely small hills. There's every here and there, there's patches of grass that are a little on the taller side.
I guess I'll try.
You also got to remember you're under cover of darkness too.
Yeah, I'll try to get within 30 feet.
I'm gonna close the distance a little bit to where I'm just 60 feet behind him rather than 100.
And
Okay.
how far
I'm gonna-
behind are we?
You guys are effectively about almost a good, like 200, almost 300 feet behind Crusher.
Even if we're trying like to fully run as fast as we can.
Yeah, we were sneaking. They were just like dashing.
All right, so you 2 are just full on just
I
sprinting
know
away.
I am.
All right, so you are, Oriana. How about you? You just trotting along, or you actually, just as fast as you trying to catch up?
I'm trying to look for him, but I don't want to make a lot of noise either.
All right, so you're trailing behind Mystify then.
Yeah, because we don't know what's out there. We don't know why they took off.
All right, so in that case, Mystify, you're actually about 100 feet behind Crusher. So you're coming up on him pretty quickly. Whereas Oriana, you're actually, as far as behind Crusher, about 220 feet. Whereas behind Mystify, about 180 feet.
Okay.
And if that's the case, I'm gonna need a stealth check again from Kavi and Crusher.
Do we have advantage because it's Stoke?
I would say not as you get closer to these individuals because they're pretty spread out and they have their own light sources.
Alright.
So the closer you get to them, the closer you risk of actually being spotted.
Hey, that's better.
You both did better.
I rolled a 9.
Okay. Yeah. So, Kavi, as you kind of start crouching and trying to get lower to the ground as you can, you get pretty close, and Crusher, trying your best to be inconspicuous, you're also kind of trying to do the same.
I'm trying to pretend to be a rock while I'm moving.
Mm-hmm. And you're like placing your steps over ever so carefully. So whereas Kavi before you hear like a doof, doof, now it's kind of like a ch, ch. It's like occasionally you hear like maybe a twig snap or like a soft like bending of something.
Just kind of shake my head, keep going. When I'm within 30 feet of that guy, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, turn it invisible, and try to pick his pocket.
Oh god, okay. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Stuff ready.
Roll good.
Oh, damn!
Nice.
Alright, so as your hand just kind of dips into what little pockets you can, not enough that it would disturb him, but just to pull something out. With the hand, you can tell. You think you found what may have been a key, maybe some gold pieces, some other small round object, and what looks like might be a dagger.
Okay.
What do you grab?
How much can I grab? I can only grab one thing.
Not much. That thing can't exactly hold a lot of weight.
I'll grab.
And the more you take, the more you risk giving away.
Yeah, I'll grab the key and the small stone.
Alright, so the small round object and the key.
Yeah, the small rock. Yeah.
Alright.
By the way,
You kinda move down.
you cut out.
What?
It's out of
Uh,
there.
Huh?
You're
Yeah.
just
You kind of, I believe you're like, yeah.
Welcome back.
mother. Okay,
I can hear you.
as I was saying. So, you successfully pull the key and the round object out of his pockets, and you kind of guide it along with him and slowly down him as you're keeping pace with him, as to not really attract attention to the fact that you're moving something from him.
Mm-hmm.
And as you finally get low enough to the ground, you just kind of move it along the ground away from their vision.
Got it.
Still move with them. You now have what looks like a kind of slightly rusted iron key, and it's kind of a nice, kind of a red stone. It's really nicely trimmed. It kind of reminds you of an opal, but this thing is clear. And as you hold it, you don't really see anything too special about it.
Okay. I'm gonna head back towards the thumping giant.
Mm-hmm.
And where am I at now?
Let's see, if you're running. You're effectively now just 30 feet behind Crusher, as you now see, moving towards Crusher. You can barely see something small moving up.
I want to look at the people. Do I recognize their uniforms as, like, any military?
Well, you can see them pretty good with their torches lit, so I guess give me a...
I am a soldier, if this helps.
You know, also give me an investigation check. What do you make out from it?
Oh. No.
No, as you look at them, you realize, no soldier would be caught dead wearing what they're wearing.
Okay.
Now, these guys are wearing, anything between rags, simple leathers, buckles over buckles, like this.
So, non-soldiers
This is
with what
rude.
looks like is possibly slaves.
Yes.
I'm gonna move to about 40 feet away from the closest one. I probably don't see Kov moving closer, so...
No, I mean, I ran right up to you.
Oh.
Yeah, he just steps right into your patch. You're like,
Oh. I look down. I don't like them.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I got some stuff.
Would I be catching up by now?
Oh yeah, but at this point you're like just right up on Crusher, and you kind of just heard them speaking to each other.
And I just say, what the fuck are you guys doing?
I'm gonna grab his mouth.
I slap him across the face.
Mystify, you're instantly grabbed by the head by Crusher, and just slapped in the face by Coffee.
Are you fucking stupid?
What wandering on? Alright, my mouth is covered.
Yeah, you're just like,
I can't see.
I put a finger up to my mouth and wait for the muffled stuff to stop, and then I slowly take my hand away.
What the fuck are you guys doing?
Well,
Now quietly, I just say, what the fuck are you guys doing?
it looks like they have slaves or something over there.
Looks like they're escorting some people. I got some stuff off the main guy. I've got a key and a stone. Not sure what it's for.
How far behind am I?
At this point, you're still about a good, I want to say almost 60 foot behind them.
Okay.
I mean, you're coming up, just not coming up fast enough.
I don't like people who keep slaves.
Isn't that basically what we were to you?
Now, you guys are, like, pretty free, to be honest. Like,
That's true. He doesn't like tie you up and drag you everywhere.
yeah.
That's true.
And, like, if
Oh,
you
I
guys walk off, I'm pretty much gonna keep going on my way. It's just, as long as some of you come with me, it's more of like, I also didn't even pay for you guys, either. You paid for
Yeah, we
yourselves.
paid for it.
Yeah.
True.
And Kavi got out free.
True.
Yeah, he did. He got paid for by someone else.
So, while it's great to have you guys along for help, I'm not honestly, like, forcing you guys to do it.
We're not bound to his service.
Yeah.
I'm just along for the ride, and the big guy is starting
So
to grow on
you
me.
didn't make a deal with the devil. Wink.
But yeah, I'm all for beating up, like, the weak people and stuff, but, like, you don't force people to do stuff, man.
Okay. Go.
Alright, I'm gonna just kind of, like, motion with my head, like, and then take out my maul and just, like, make smashing motions, showing that I'm gonna go in and smash them.
Has she arrived to us?
I haven't arrived yet.
At this point, as you guys are just kind of done having a conversation, she's just now stepped up behind Crusher and Mystify.
Okay.
All right. What do you guys want to do?
What's going on?
I mean, we could kill him, but maybe they're the target we're after. Maybe we should follow him.
These people have slaves,
I say we follow.
You don't know they're slaves?
I just vaguely motion. They're not soldiers, and those people are bound.
I'm actually with Coffee on this. I say we follow.
I'd look to,
Alright, let's do it.
so we're just gonna follow?
Mm-hmm. Stealthily. Follow my lead.
Crunch.
I try to go stealth.
Right. So I'm gonna need everyone to roll stealth checks that's trying to be stealthy.
Fuck.
Do I need to roll another one?
I would say Crusher and Kawi, you two are actually fine. I need it from them too, actually. So 10 and sorry, so Mystify has a 10.
Ooh, nice.
Oh.
Alright,
Stealthier
so
than the...
as the four of you begin, just kind of trying to, follow them. Most of you notice Mystify is kind of mumbling to himself a lot and starting to ask too many questions. And a tone of voice is just a little too loud.
Real quick.
Hmm?
Not to rain on her parade.
Mhm.
What kind of armor is she wearing?
Oh, right, it's heavy. You're at disadvantage.
Ooh.
Feels bad.
You see, this is why I run around butt naked.
Still better than me.
Oh, that is depressing.
So, right next to the sounds of clunk, 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 there's a clink, 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 and then just Mystify mumbling.
Yeah, so you two are just kind of like, alright, we got this. And then you're like follow them, and then, do something, and then you're a shink, shink, shink.
Hi guys, what's going on?
Dude, what sort
as
of...
you get-
I was gonna ask, like, what sort of behavior are they doing? Like, are they acting like they're carrying prisoners, or, like, how are they treating the people that they're with?
you notice that the ones that are actually holding the rope that's actually tied to the wrists of the two people that have bags over their heads, like they seem to be guiding them, and then they keep looking back. And every now and then, when it's to them, like they just kind of yank it forward a bit, and just kind of pull them a couple feet forward and just keep walking. And every couple of seconds, you notice the last two in the back, one of the ones with the bag over their head. You constantly see them just kind of stop for a second, and just kind of turn, and they're like the whole bag in their bodies like kind of turning, just kind of generally in the direction of you guys. Then the person pulling the string is like, "Come on!" Just kind of yanks it.
Can we see, like, the hands or any sort of the bagged head people's skin?
As you do look at them, both of their skins seem kind of fairly, kind of light toned. As far as height wise, they're kind of about the same height as these people dragging them off.
So they don't have, like, some sort of monstrous body then. Alright.
No, they without looking at their head, you're really not sure what race they are, but they don't seem like anything like your tiefling friends or like a dragonborn or nothing like that.
Okay.
Nothing too out of the ordinary, basically.
Right. Something that if you were to drag these across the country, they wouldn't look inconspicuous.